Erika Lim is a renowned heiress to the Starbridge Corporation, a family-owned multinational company based in South Korea. Despite her wealth, power, and beauty, she lives under the heavy weight of her family's expectations. Trapped in a world of rigid schedules, hollow relationships, and endless scrutiny, Erika longs for a moment of freedom and self-discovery. One sunny afternoon, she decides to paraglide off the cliffs near the Sapphire Coast, a popular tourist destination. The cliffs are known for their breathtaking views and favorable winds, and Erika finds solace in the sense of control and thrill she feels in the air. But her adventure takes a terrifying turn. A sudden and violent storm brews on the horizon, catching Erika off guard. The once clear skies darken, and powerful winds toss her parachute like a rag doll. Despite her efforts to regain control, the wind grows merciless, carrying her far beyond her intended path. Erika crash-lands in the dense, eerie forests of a region she doesn't recognize. Disoriented and injured, she stumbles upon an abandoned trail. Unknown to her, she has entered the Aurora Republic, a militarized and isolated nation notorious for its hostility toward outsiders. Meanwhile, Marlon Cruz, a decorated officer in the Aurora Republic's army, is conducting a routine patrol along the dense forested border near Frost Hollow, a small village he oversees. Marlon is a man of discipline and integrity, shaped by years of service and personal sacrifices. During the patrol, he hears rustling in the trees and spots a brightly colored parachute snagged high in the branches. Drawing his weapon, he cautiously approaches and finds Erika, battered, scared, and utterly out of place. Marlon initially believes she's a spy sent to infiltrate the region. Her inability to speak the local dialect convinces him otherwise, but it also confirms she's an outsider who would face severe punishment if discovered. In a moment of humanity that defies his strict training, Marlon decides to hide Erika rather than turn her in. Despite his better judgment, something about her vulnerability stirs a protective instinct within him. Marlon sneaks Erika back to his modest home in Frost Hollow, a village hidden deep within the Aurora Republic's remote countryside. Frost Hollow is a bleak, close-knit community where suspicion runs high and trust is scarce. Every villager's movements are closely monitored by the local military presence. Marlon hides Erika in his small, Spartan home, a one-room cabin with bare essentials. He warns her in no uncertain terms that being discovered would result in severe consequences for both of them. Erika, still reeling from her ordeal, is both grateful and wary of her rescuer. Life in Frost Hollow is a far cry from the luxuries Erika is accustomed to. She struggles to adapt to the harsh environment. No running water, barely enough food, and a constant sense of danger. Erika's outspoken and confident demeanor clashes with Marlon's rigid and disciplined approach to life. "You don't have to bark orders at me like I'm one of your soldiers," Erika snaps during one of their frequent arguments. "If you want to survive here, you'll listen," Marlon retorts. Their relationship is tense, marked by misunderstandings and unspoken fears. Yet, over time, Erika begins to see the softer side of Marlon. She notices how he ensures she gets the larger share of their meager meals, or silently tends to her minor injuries at night. Back in South Korea, news of Erika's disappearance sends shockwaves through her family and the media. Her father, Alexander Lim, is more concerned about protecting the company's reputation than about his daughter's safety. He launches a high-profile search operation, enlisting private investigators and leveraging his political connections. Her older brother, Daniel, takes the opportunity to discredit Erika's position as the heir apparent to the family business. He plants rumors in the media, portraying her as reckless and irresponsible, further complicating the situation. Meanwhile, in Frost Hollow, Marlon's absence from his usual duties raises suspicions. His commanding officer, Captain Victor, a shrewd and ambitious leader, begins monitoring his movements. Victor has long harbored doubts about Marlon's loyalty, given his unorthodox methods and past defiance of orders. Erika's presence becomes increasingly precarious as rumors of a border breach reach the military headquarters. Marlon realizes that hiding Erika is far more dangerous than he initially anticipated. As tension mounts, Marlon devises a risky plan to blend Erika into the local community. He teaches her the basics of Auroran customs, including how to dress, speak, and behave like a villager. Erika reluctantly dons a simple, tattered dress and covers her face with a scarf to avoid recognition. Marlon introduces Erika to his small but loyal team of soldiers. Sergeant Hannah, a compassionate and resourceful soldier who quickly sees through Erika's disguise but decides to help out of loyalty to Marlon. Private Jean, a mischievous but reliable soldier who provides comic relief but proves invaluable in moments of crisis. While Hannah and Jean agree to keep Erika's secret, they warn Marlon that Victor's suspicions are growing. Erika, despite her initial reluctance, begins to earn the trust of Marlon's team by helping with small tasks and showing genuine gratitude. However, the danger intensifies when Captain Victor arrives unexpectedly in Frost Hollow for an inspection. Erika narrowly avoids discovery by hiding in a cramped, concealed bunker beneath Marlon's cabin. As Victor interrogates Marlon about his recent absences and activities, Erika listens in silence, her heart pounding with fear. Though Marlon successfully deflects Victor's probing questions, the encounter leaves both him and Erika shaken. Erika begins to grasp the immense risks Marlon is taking to protect her, and Marlon realizes his growing feelings for Erika could cloud his judgment. In the quiet aftermath, as Erika thanks Marlon for saving her yet again, an unspoken bond forms between them, a fragile connection forged in the crucible of danger. Life in Frost Hollow becomes a delicate balancing act for Erika and Marlon. With Victor's suspicions growing, Marlon decides to enlist the help of a trusted local, Mrs. Inara, an elderly herbalist and midwife who has lived in Frost Hollow her entire life. Known for her discretion and wisdom, Inara quickly deduces Erika's true identity but agrees to help keep her safe. Inara teaches Erika essential skills to blend into village life, such as tending to crops and basic herbal remedies. Erika initially struggles with the demanding physical labor, but her determination surprises everyone, including Marlon. She begins to gain the respect of Frost Hollow's villagers, who see her as a distant relative of Marlon rather than an outsider. Meanwhile, Victor tightens his grip on the village, setting up frequent patrols and random inspections. His interest in Marlon's activities becomes more personal as he senses that Marlon is hiding something, or someone. One day, Marlon decides it's too risky to continue stockpiling supplies for Erika in secret. He reluctantly takes her to the weekly market in Frost Hollow, coaching her on how to act inconspicuous. Erika wears a heavy scarf to conceal her face and stays close to Marlon. At the market, Erika is both fascinated and overwhelmed by the stark contrast to the luxurious shopping malls she frequented back home. The stalls are filled with simple goods, fresh produce, hand-woven fabrics, and medicinal herbs. Despite the tension, Erika feels a rare moment of freedom as she mingles with villagers. However, their careful plans are nearly thwarted when Victor himself appears at the market, inspecting the vendors. Marlon quickly pulls Erika into a secluded corner, shielding her with his body as Victor's sharp eyes scan the crowd. The situation escalates when a curious child accidentally pulls at Erika's scarf, revealing part of her face. Victor catches a glimpse of her unfamiliar features, but is unable to confirm his suspicions before Marlon intervenes, calmly deflecting attention. Victor leaves the market, but Marlon knows their time is running out. That night, Marlon confronts Erika about the growing danger. "You can't make any more mistakes," he says, his voice tight with frustration. "Every time you slip up, it puts both of us at risk." "I didn't ask for this," Erika snaps back. "I never wanted to be here." Despite their heated exchange, both are painfully aware of their reliance on each other. Their arguments often end in uneasy silences, but beneath the tension, a fragile trust begins to form. As Victor's inspections intensify, Marlon realizes that keeping Erika hidden indefinitely is impossible. He begins formulating a plan to smuggle her out of the Aurora Republic. The plan involves crossing the treacherous Silver River, a natural border separating Frost Hollow from a neutral zone where Erika could potentially be rescued. Marlon enlists the help of Sergeant Hannah and Private Jean. Hannah, ever pragmatic, warns Marlon about the risks. If Victor catches wind of this, it's not just your career on the line. It's your life and hers. Jean, while nervous, agrees to assist. We'll cover for you, but you owe us a big one, Captain. As they prepare for the escape, Erika's gratitude toward Marlon grows. She begins to see him not just as a protector, but as a man burdened by his own past and choices. She asks him why he's willing to risk everything for her, but Marlon deflects, saying, "Sometimes, you do what's right, even if it costs you." On the night of the planned escape, everything is set. Hannah and Jean create a diversion to draw Victor and his men away from the village. Erika and Marlon make their way to the Silver River under the cover of darkness, with Marlon guiding her through the dense forest. But as they approach the riverbank, they find themselves ambushed by Victor and his soldiers. Someone has betrayed them. Victor steps out from the shadows, his smug smile betraying his sense of triumph. "You've been playing a dangerous game, Captain," Victor says, addressing Marlon. "Harboring a foreigner, disobeying orders. Did you really think you could outsmart me?" Marlon steps in front of Erika, shielding her. "She's innocent. Let her go." "Innocent?" Victor scoffs. "She's an intruder. That's treason, Cruz. Both of you are as good as dead." In the tense standoff, Marlon notices a faint signal from Hannah and Jean, who have been tracking them. They create another diversion, allowing Marlon and Erika to break free and escape across the river. The pursuit is harrowing. As bullets whiz past them, Erika stumbles, but Marlon lifts her onto his back and forges ahead. They plunge into the icy waters of the Silver River, fighting against the current as Victor's soldiers fire from the riverbank. Exhausted and drenched, Marlon and Erika finally reach the neutral zone on the other side. They collapse on the shore, gasping for breath. For the first time, Erika breaks down, her tears mixing with the rain. "I thought we were going to die," she whispers. Marlon, equally shaken but determined, looks at her with quiet resolve. "We're not safe yet," he says, "but I'll get you home. I promise." Unbeknownst to them, Victor is not finished. As they move deeper into the neutral zone, Marlon and Erika find themselves pursued by bounty hunters hired to track down escapees. Their journey is far from over, and their bond will be tested in ways neither could have imagined. The neutral zone, a lawless expanse between the Aurora Republic and neighboring territories, is far from safe. Smugglers, mercenaries, and bounty hunters lurk in the shadows, preying on anyone desperate enough to cross its borders. For Erika and Marlon, it's both a refuge and a labyrinth of dangers. Marlon scouts ahead as they navigate dense forests and abandoned villages. Despite his military training, the weight of protecting Erika takes its toll. Erika, though physically exhausted, begins to take a more active role. She collects firewood, tends to Marlon's wounds, and insists on carrying part of their supplies. Their conversations grow deeper. Erika shares glimpses of her life back in South Korea, the pressure of being an heiress, the suffocating expectations, and the longing for freedom that led her to that fateful paragliding trip. Marlon listens silently, occasionally offering a wry comment that makes her laugh despite their grim circumstances. One night, as they huddle around a small fire, Erika asks Marlon about his past. "Why did you join the army?" she whispers. Marlon hesitates before replying. "I thought it would give me purpose, protect the people I care about. But the more I served, the more I realized. Sometimes the ones you're protecting are the ones who hurt you the most." Before Erika can ask more, the sound of distant footsteps shatters the moment. Bounty hunters hired by Victor have tracked them. Marlon quickly douses the fire, grabs his weapon, and pulls Erika into the shadows. The bounty hunters are relentless, and Marlon's knowledge of military tactics is their only advantage. He leads Erika through a series of evasive maneuvers, using the terrain to confuse their pursuers. At one point, they hide in a collapsed mine shaft, holding their breath as the hunters pass just feet away. Erika proves resourceful, despite her lack of experience. When one of the hunters sets a trap, she notices the thin wire glinting in the moonlight and warns Marlon just in time. "You're a quick learner," Marlon says with a rare smile. But the chase takes a toll. Erika's ankle is sprained during a fall, and Marlon is forced to carry her for several miles. Their food supply dwindles, and the cold nights sap their strength. Despite the hardships, their bond deepens. Marlon's protective instincts soften into genuine care, and Erika begins to see him not just as a soldier, but as a man with a kind, wounded heart. The final confrontation with the hunters occurs near an old outpost. Marlon sets up a series of traps using his surroundings, a fallen tree here, a hidden pit there. When the hunters close in, Marlon fights them off with calculated precision. Erika, armed with nothing but a sharpened stick, manages to fend off an attacker, surprising even herself. By the time the sun rises, the hunters are defeated or scattered. Marlon and Erika, bruised but alive, press on. After days of relentless travel, they stumble upon a hidden sanctuary deep within the neutral zone. It's an abandoned monastery, overgrown with ivy and shrouded in mist. The sanctuary offers a brief respite from their ordeal. Inside, they find remnants of a simpler life: wooden cots, a well with fresh water, and a stash of preserved food left behind by the monks. Erika takes it upon herself to clean the space, while Marlon repairs their gear and plans their next move. During their time at the sanctuary, Erika and Marlon share quiet moments of reflection. They pray together in the small chapel, finding comfort in the shared silence. For the first time, Erika sees Marlon as vulnerable, his stoic exterior giving way to glimpses of doubt and pain. One evening, as they sit by the window watching the stars, Marlon finally opens up about his family. "I had a younger sister," he says, his voice tinged with regret. "She was bright, full of life, but she got sick, and I wasn't there. I thought if I became someone important, I could save her, but I was too late." Erika places her hand over his. "You've saved me," she says softly, "and I'll never forget that." Their connection deepens, and for the first time, both feel a flicker of hope. Just as Erika and Marlon begin to regain their strength, their sanctuary is compromised. Victor, unwilling to let them escape, has dispatched a specialized team to track them down. These soldiers are elite, trained for stealth and precision, making them far more dangerous than the bounty hunters. Marlon quickly devises a plan to lead Erika to safety. Using his knowledge of the monastery's layout, he sets up a series of decoys and traps. Erika, though terrified, insists on helping. "I won't just sit here while you risk your life," she says firmly. The final confrontation takes place in the monastery's bell tower. Marlon and Erika are cornered, with soldiers closing in from all sides. Erika distracts the soldiers by ringing the massive bell, its deafening sound reverberating through the air. Marlon uses the chaos to disable the remaining attackers, his training and instincts pushed to their limits. As they escape into the forest, Erika realizes the depth of Marlon's sacrifices. "You've given up everything for me," she says, tears streaming down her face. Marlon, exhausted but resolute, replies, "You're worth it." Their journey is far from over, but their bond has become unbreakable. Erika is no longer just a woman seeking freedom. She's a fighter, determined to survive and protect the man who risked everything to save her. After narrowly escaping the ambush at the monastery, Erika and Marlon press deeper into the neutral zone. The landscape transforms into rugged mountains, their peaks cloaked in mist. The treacherous terrain offers some protection, but it also tests their endurance. Erika's sprained ankle slows their progress, and Marlon, ever watchful, insists on carrying her when the path becomes too steep. Despite the hardship, Erika refuses to give up. "You've carried me long enough," she tells him one evening. "Teach me how to walk like a soldier." Marlon, both amused and impressed by her determination, agrees. He teaches her how to distribute her weight evenly on the rocky terrain and how to use a stick for balance. Erika's progress is slow but steady, and her newfound resilience earns Marlon's admiration. At night, the mountain winds are biting, and their only shelter is a small cave. Erika shivers as she wraps herself in Marlon's jacket, which he insists she wear. "You'll freeze without it," she protests, but Marlon shrugs off her concern. "I've endured worse." As they sit by the faint glow of a small fire, Erika finally voices a question that has been weighing on her. "What happens after this? After we reach safety?" Marlon's expression darkens. "You go home, Erika. Back to your family, your life." "And you?" Marlon looks away. "My life isn't as simple." The unspoken tension between them grows, but neither dares to confront it fully. Their path through the mountains becomes increasingly perilous. Loose rocks and unstable snowfields pose constant threats, and the air grows thinner with each step. One morning, as they traverse a narrow ledge, the ground beneath Erika gives way. Marlon reacts instantly, grabbing her hand just as she slips over the edge. Dangling precariously, Erika looks up at him, her eyes wide with fear. "Don't let go," she pleads. "I won't," Marlon growls, his muscles straining as he pulls her back to safety. The incident shakes them both, but there's no time to dwell on it. As they continue, the sound of distant gunfire echoes through the mountains. Victor's elite team is closing in. Desperate to lose their pursuers, Marlon leads Erika into a snowfield. The strategy backfires when a loud crack signals the start of an avalanche. "Run!" Marlon shouts, grabbing Erika's hand as they sprint across the snow. The avalanche roars down the mountainside, a wall of snow and ice swallowing everything in its path. Marlon shields Erika with his body as they dive into a hollow beneath an outcropping. The world around them turns to chaos, the deafening roar of the avalanche drowning out everything else. When the snow settles, they find themselves buried but alive. Marlon digs them out, his hands raw and bleeding. Erika, trembling but unhurt, throws her arms around him. "You saved me again," she whispers. Marlon's voice is steady but strained. "I'll always save you." Weakened but undeterred, Erika and Marlon stumble upon a hidden village nestled deep in the mountains. The village, Solace Hollow, is inhabited by a small community of exiles, people who have fled both the Aurora Republic and neighboring nations. The villagers, wary of strangers, initially refuse to help. However, an elderly man named Elier, the village leader, recognizes Marlon's military insignia and agrees to shelter them. Elier reveals that he, too, was once a soldier but chose exile after witnessing the atrocities of war. During their stay, Erika helps the villagers with their daily tasks, earning their trust. Marlon spends his time gathering intelligence about the region and planning their next move. He discovers that a secret network of smugglers operates near Solace Hollow, offering a potential escape route. Elier warns Marlon of the dangers. "The smugglers will help, for a price. But trust me, Captain, they're as likely to betray you as they are to aid you." Despite the risks, Marlon decides to take the chance. Erika, however, hesitates. She has grown fond of the villagers and questions whether fleeing is worth the constant danger. "Maybe we should stay," she suggests. "At least here, we're safe." Marlon's response is firm. "This isn't your life, Erika. You have a family waiting for you. You can't give up now." Marlon arranges a meeting with the smugglers, using Elier as an intermediary. The smugglers, led by a cunning woman named Leora, agree to help in exchange for a hefty payment. Marlon reluctantly offers a gold necklace he carries, a keepsake from his late sister, as collateral. The journey with the smugglers begins under the cover of night. Erika and Marlon travel with Leora's crew through treacherous mountain passes, their destination a hidden border crossing. Leora proves to be both resourceful and ruthless, keeping her crew in line with sharp commands. As they near the border, Marlon's instincts warn him that something is amiss. The smuggler's behavior grows increasingly suspicious, and Leora seems too interested in Erika's identity. His fears are confirmed when they walk into an ambush. Leora had secretly informed Victor's forces, hoping to claim the reward for Erika's capture. In the chaos that follows, Marlon fights to protect Erika, taking out several of Victor's men. Erika, using the survival skills Marlon taught her, manages to evade capture and even disables one of the smugglers. Just as they seem cornered, Elier and a group of villagers arrive, having followed them in secret. Armed with makeshift weapons, they create a diversion, allowing Erika and Marlon to escape. Back at Solace Hollow, Marlon confronts Erika. "This is why we can't trust anyone," he says, his voice filled with frustration and concern. "I trusted you," Erika replies, "and that's enough." Her words strike a chord, and Marlon's resolve strengthens. Together, they prepare for the final leg of their journey, knowing that Victor will stop at nothing to capture them. The betrayal by Leora and the smugglers leaves Erika and Marlon shaken but more determined than ever. With Elier's help, they map out a new route to the border, a perilous mountain pass known only to the villagers of Solace Hollow. The pass is treacherous, but it offers the best chance to evade Victor's forces. Before their departure, the villagers provide them with supplies, including warm clothing, provisions, and a map of the pass. Elier pulls Marlon aside. "This pass has claimed many lives," he warns. "But if anyone can make it, it's you." Erika, meanwhile, bids farewell to the villagers, who have come to regard her as one of their own. A young girl gives her a woven bracelet. "For luck," she says shyly. Erika is touched, vowing to cherish the gift as a symbol of hope. The journey through the pass is grueling. They face biting winds, sheer cliffs, and hidden crevices that threaten to swallow them whole. Marlon's military training is their saving grace as he navigates the terrain with precision, constantly scanning for signs of danger. At one point, Erika slips on an icy ledge, her scream echoing through the pass. Marlon catches her just in time, pulling her to safety. As they rest, Erika looks at him with tears in her eyes. "You've saved my life so many times. How can I ever repay you?" Marlon's response is quiet but firm. "Stay alive. That's all I need." As they near the border, Marlon and Erika discover a camp controlled by Victor's forces. The camp serves as a checkpoint, heavily guarded and situated at the only known crossing point into safe territory. Marlon observes the camp from a hidden vantage point, formulating a plan. He notices that the guards change shifts every 4 hours, and that the perimeter has a blind spot near the storage tents. Using this information, he devises a daring strategy to infiltrate the camp under cover of darkness. Erika insists on playing an active role in the plan. "I'm not the same helpless woman who crashed into your life," she tells Marlon. "Let me help." Reluctantly, Marlon agrees, assigning her the task of creating a diversion while he retrieves the supplies needed for their escape. That night, Erika sets a pile of firewood ablaze near the edge of the camp, drawing the guards away from their posts. Meanwhile, Marlon sneaks into the storage tents, securing food, weapons, and a map of the surrounding area. The plan goes smoothly until Erika is spotted by one of the guards. She manages to evade capture, but the commotion alerts Victor's men. Marlon finds her just as she's cornered, taking out the guards with calculated precision. As they flee into the forest, Erika looks at Marlon with awe. "You're like a ghost," she says breathlessly. Marlon smirks. "A ghost who's tired of running." The weather takes a turn for the worse as a fierce snowstorm sweeps through the mountains. Visibility drops to near zero, and the icy winds cut through their clothing like blades. Marlon and Erika are forced to seek shelter in a small cave, huddling together for warmth. The storm rages for hours, and the enforced proximity brings their emotions to the surface. Erika, shivering in Marlon's arms, confesses her growing feelings for him. "I don't know when it happened," she says, her voice barely audible over the howling wind. "But somewhere along the way, I stopped being afraid, because I knew you'd always protect me." Marlon is silent for a long moment before replying. "You've changed me, Erika. I never thought I could care about someone again, but now..." He trails off, unable to finish the thought. Their conversation is interrupted by the sound of approaching voices. Victor's men have tracked them to the cave. Marlon quickly extinguishes their small fire and prepares to fight. Erika, though terrified, insists on standing beside him. As the soldiers enter the cave, Marlon uses the element of surprise to take them out one by one. Erika, armed with a knife, manages to fend off an attacker, proving her courage and resourcefulness. When the storm finally subsides, Marlon and Erika emerge from the cave, battered but alive. Their bond has deepened, and their resolve to survive is stronger than ever. The final leg of their journey brings them to the border, a wide, frozen river that serves as the last barrier between them and freedom. The river is treacherous, with thin ice and frigid waters that could spell doom for anyone who falls in. Marlon tests the ice, carefully marking a path for Erika to follow. "Step where I step," he instructs, "and don't look back." Halfway across the river, they hear the unmistakable sound of engines. Snowmobiles carrying Victor's elite team close in from the horizon. Marlon and Erika have no choice but to run, the ice cracking beneath their feet. Victor himself leads the charge, determined to capture Erika at all costs. "There's nowhere to run," he shouts, his voice carrying over the icy expanse. Marlon and Erika reach the far side of the river just as the ice begins to give way. Marlon turns to face Victor, determined to buy Erika enough time to escape. "Go," he orders her. "I'll hold them off." "No," Erika cries, refusing to leave him. But Marlon shoves her toward the tree line, his eyes filled with a mixture of desperation and determination. As Victor and his men close in, the ice beneath them shatters, plunging several into the freezing water. Marlon uses the chaos to his advantage, taking out the remaining soldiers with brutal efficiency. Victor, however, manages to escape the icy trap, pursuing Erika into the forest. Erika, drawing on everything Marlon has taught her, leads Victor into a trap of her own. She lures him to a dead-end ravine, where Marlon appears from the shadows to confront him. The ensuing fight is intense, with Marlon and Victor evenly matched. Erika watches in horror as the two men clash, their survival instincts pushing them to the brink. In the end, Marlon emerges victorious, leaving Victor incapacitated and unable to follow. Exhausted but triumphant, Marlon and Erika cross the final threshold into safe territory. They collapse into each other's arms, overwhelmed by relief and the realization that their journey has finally come to an end. Crossing into safe territory brings Erika and Marlon a momentary sense of relief, but their journey is far from over. They arrive at a remote outpost on the edge of the neutral zone, a makeshift sanctuary for refugees and defectors. The place, known as Haven's Edge, is a haven in name only. Supplies are scarce, and the tension among the residents is palpable. The leader of the outpost, a stern but fair woman named Commander Selena Ray, agrees to shelter them temporarily. Selena immediately recognizes Marlon's military background and questions his motives. "You've seen battle," she observes. "Why risk everything for someone like her?" Marlon's reply is simple but resolute. "She's not just someone. She's everything." Erika, meanwhile, struggles to adjust to the outpost's harsh conditions. The other refugees are wary of her, suspecting she might bring trouble. One evening, a confrontation arises when a group of men accuse her of being a liability. Marlon intervenes, but Erika surprises everyone by standing her ground. "I've fought for my life just as much as any of you," she declares, "and I'm not giving up now." Her bravery earns the respect of the outpost residents, but the threat of Victor's pursuit looms large. Selena warns them that Victor's influence extends even into safe territory. "If he wants you, he'll find you," she says grimly. As they settle into Haven's Edge, Erika begins to uncover more about Marlon's past. Late one night, she finds him sitting alone by a fire, staring at the gold necklace he gave to the smugglers. She asks about its significance, and Marlon finally opens up. "It belonged to my sister," he says, his voice heavy with emotion. "She was just a child when she was taken during the war. I never found her, but I kept this as a reminder of the family I failed to protect." Erika is deeply moved by his vulnerability. "You didn't fail her," she says softly. "You're the most selfless person I've ever met. You've saved me more times than I can count." Their conversation deepens their bond, but it also reminds them of the fragility of their situation. Marlon begins to grapple with feelings he has long suppressed, torn between his duty to protect Erika and the possibility of a future together. The emotional tension escalates when Marlon discovers a coded message left at the outpost, a warning that Victor's forces are closing in. Selena advises them to leave immediately, offering them passage on a transport headed for the capital city of Luminara, where Erika's family is rumored to be waiting. The journey to Luminara is fraught with danger. Marlon and Erika board a disguised transport, blending in with a group of merchants. The winding route takes them through dense forests and narrow mountain passes, areas prone to ambushes. Their fears are realized when Victor's men intercept the convoy. The ambush is swift and brutal, forcing Marlon and Erika to flee on foot once again. The forest becomes their battleground, with Marlon using his tactical skills to outmaneuver their pursuers. At one point, Erika is separated from Marlon during the chaos. Terrified but determined, she uses the survival skills he taught her to evade capture. Hiding in the hollow of a fallen tree, she overhears Victor's men discussing their orders. Victor wants her alive, one of them says, but the captain? He's expendable. The realization that Marlon's life is in even greater danger fuels Erika's resolve. She risks exposing herself to find him, and when she does, they barely have time to embrace before continuing their escape. As they cross a treacherous river, Marlon sustains an injury while shielding Erika from a stray bullet. Despite his pain, he insists on pressing forward, refusing to let his injury slow them down. After days of relentless pursuit, Marlon and Erika finally reach the outskirts of Luminara. The city is a stark contrast to the wilderness they've traversed, its towering spires and bustling streets a symbol of hope and civilization. Erika is overwhelmed by the thought of reuniting with her family, but her joy is tempered by the knowledge that Victor is still hunting them. Selena's contacts in the city arrange a meeting with Erika's father, Ambassador Darius Linda, who has been working tirelessly to secure her safety. The reunion is emotional. Darius embraces Erika with tears in his eyes, overwhelmed by relief and guilt. "I thought I'd lost you," he whispers. Erika assures him that Marlon is the reason she survived. Darius is quick to recognize Marlon's sacrifices and offers him a chance to disappear, a new identity and a safe life away from the chaos. But Marlon is hesitant. "My place is with Erika," he says quietly. Their moment of respite is shattered when Victor's forces infiltrate the city. The final confrontation takes place in a crowded plaza, where Victor corners Erika and Marlon. The stakes are higher than ever, with innocent lives hanging in the balance. Marlon faces Victor in a brutal hand-to-hand fight, the culmination of their long-standing enmity. The battle is fierce, with both men pushing themselves to their limits. Meanwhile, Erika uses her resourcefulness to lead civilians to safety, proving once again how much she has grown. In the end, Marlon overcomes Victor, leaving him incapacitated but alive. As authorities arrive to take Victor into custody, Marlon collapses from his injuries. Erika rushes to his side, cradling him as tears stream down her face. "You can't leave me now," she pleads. Marlon's voice is weak but filled with determination. "I'm not going anywhere. Not without you." Marlon's injuries leave him bedridden in a secure medical facility in Luminara. Despite his physical pain, his mind is restless. Erika stays by his side, tending to his wounds and refusing to leave even when the medical staff insists she rest. During one of their quiet moments, Marlon confides in Erika about the demons he still carries. "Every battle, every life I took, it's all etched into my soul," he says, his voice heavy with regret. Erika takes his hand in hers. "You fought so hard to protect others," she says softly. "Let someone protect you for a change." Erika's words resonate deeply with Marlon, and for the first time, he allows himself to dream of a life beyond survival, a life with Erika. Meanwhile, Victor, though incapacitated and under heavy guard, remains a looming threat. His network of loyalists within the city begins to stir, plotting to break him out of custody and exact revenge on Marlon and Erika. Ambassador Darius, aware of the danger, works tirelessly to secure safe passage for his daughter and Marlon. He pulls every diplomatic string, but the process is slow and time is running out. As Marlon recovers, Erika takes an active role in aiding her father. She learns of an underground resistance group in Luminara that opposes Victor's influence. Desperate for help, Erika and Darius meet with the group's leader, Cale Harrington, a charismatic but enigmatic figure. Cale agrees to assist them, but his motives are unclear. He demands a high price, sensitive information about Victor's operations, which Darius is hesitant to provide. Erika, however, sees no other option. If it means saving Marlon and stopping Victor, I'll do whatever it takes, she declares. Cale's group orchestrates a plan to relocate Marlon to a safe house while Erika and her father continue negotiating their escape. The operation is risky, involving decoys and misdirection to throw Victor's loyalists off their trail. As Marlon is moved, he senses Cale's unease and confronts him. "What's your real angle here?" Marlon asks. Cale smirks. "I don't trust anyone who fights as hard as you do for someone else. But I'll admit, your devotion is impressive." The two men form a grudging respect for each other, though their alliance remains tenuous. Just as it seems they might escape Luminara, Victor's loyalists launch a coordinated attack on Darius's residence, forcing Erika, Marlon, and their allies to go on the run. The city erupts into chaos as Victor's forces clash with Cale's resistance in the streets. Erika proves her mettle during the conflict, using her quick thinking to guide civilians to safety and rally the resistance fighters. Marlon, still not fully recovered, pushes himself to fight alongside her, his determination unwavering. Their bond is tested when Victor himself escapes custody and corners them in an abandoned warehouse. The showdown is intense, with Victor taunting them both. "You think you can escape me?" he sneers. "You're fools to believe you've won." Marlon and Victor engage in a brutal fight, but this time, Erika refuses to stand by. She uses her resourcefulness to disarm Victor, allowing Marlon to gain the upper hand. Together, they subdue him, finally ending his reign of terror. Victor is recaptured, this time under even stricter security. Erika and Marlon emerge from the ordeal. Scarred but triumphant, their love for each other stronger than ever. With Victor defeated and his network dismantled, Erika and Marlon finally have a chance to breathe. Darius secures their safe passage out of Luminara, offering them a fresh start in a distant land. Before they leave, Erika takes a moment to reflect on everything they've endured. "We've fought so hard to survive," she tells Marlon, "but now it's time to live." Marlon, though still haunted by his past, agrees. "As long as I'm with you, I know I can face anything," he says. Their departure is bittersweet. Cale bids them farewell with a cryptic smile. "You two have something most people only dream of," he says. "Don't waste it." The journey to their new home is peaceful, a stark contrast to the chaos they've left behind. As they settle into their new lives, Erika and Marlon begin to heal, finding joy in the simple moments they share. Though the scars of their past remain, they look forward to the future with hope. Their love, forged in the fires of adversity, becomes a beacon of strength and resilience, a testament to their unbreakable bond. The first rays of dawn broke over a picturesque countryside, where Erika and Marlon had built their sanctuary in the quiet village of Silencia. It was a place untouched by the turmoil they had left behind, surrounded by rolling hills, vibrant wildflowers, and a community of kind-hearted people who welcomed them with open arms. In their new home, a modest but cozy stone cottage, Marlon found a peace he had never known. For the first time in years, the weight of war, betrayal, and survival lifted from his shoulders. Erika, too, embraced the tranquility of their new life, dedicating herself to rediscovering the parts of herself she thought she had lost. Yet, their journey to healing was not without its struggles. Erika often woke in the middle of the night, haunted by memories of Victor's threats and the lives they had narrowly escaped. Marlon, who was no stranger to such nightmares, would sit with her by the fireplace, holding her close and reminding her that they were safe now. "You've given me a reason to keep fighting," he whispered one night. "Not against enemies, but for the life we've earned." Together, they began to rebuild their lives. Erika used her connections to establish a small trade network in the village, helping the locals sell their handmade goods in nearby towns. Her resilience and intelligence quickly made her beloved among the villagers. Marlon, still recovering from his injuries, took on simpler tasks. He helped repair homes, worked in the fields, and mentored the village children, teaching them survival skills he had mastered over the years. The children adored him, calling him Captain Marlon, and hanging on to his every word. One evening, as the village celebrated its annual harvest festival, Erika and Marlon found themselves at the edge of a quiet meadow. Away from the laughter and music, the stars above were brighter than either had ever seen, a reminder of the vastness of the world and the insignificance of their past struggles in the grander scheme of life. Erika turned to Marlon, her eyes shining with emotion. "Do you think we'll ever stop looking over our shoulders?" Marlon took her hands in his gaze steady and full of conviction. "No, but I think we'll get better at seeing what's in front of us instead. And what's in front of me is you." In that moment, Marlon pulled a small velvet pouch from his pocket. Inside was a ring he had secretly crafted with the help of the village blacksmith. The design was simple yet elegant, a delicate silver band engraved with the words, "Our Sanctuary." "Erika," Marlon began, his voice steady despite the surge of emotion. "I've faced death more times than I can count, but nothing has ever terrified me as much as the thought of losing you. Will you marry me?" Tears streamed down Erika's face as she nodded. "Yes, Marlon. 1,000 times, yes." The village came alive with preparations for the wedding, eager to celebrate the union of the couple who had brought so much light to their lives. The ceremony was held under the sprawling branches of an ancient oak tree, adorned with garlands of wildflowers. Erika wore a simple yet stunning dress made by the village seamstress, while Marlon donned a tailored suit that made him look as regal as a king. The villagers played music, sang songs, and danced in joy, their love for Erika and Marlon shining through in every detail. During the vows, Marlon promised, "I will spend every day showing you that you are my sanctuary, my safe harbor, and my heart." Erika replied, "You've taught me what it means to be brave, to fight for love, and to never give up. I vow to stand by you, no matter what." Their kiss sealed not just their union but the unspoken promise of a future free from fear and filled with endless possibilities. The days turned into weeks, and the weeks into years. Erika and Marlon's love grew stronger with each passing moment. They built a life that was simple yet profoundly fulfilling, one that honored their past while embracing their future. Occasionally, the shadows of their old lives would creep in, a passing traveler speaking of Victor's downfall or a former comrade of Marlon's appearing at their door. But those moments only reinforced their gratitude for the peace they had found. One day, as they walked hand in hand through the village, Erika paused to admire the wildflowers growing along the path. "Do you ever think about the road that brought us here?" she asked. Marlon smiled, pulling her close. "Every step, every twist and turn, because every moment led me to you." Erika leaned into him, her heart full. "Then I wouldn't change a thing." Years later, their story became a legend in the village, a tale of two souls who had faced unimaginable trials and found their way to each other. Erika and Marlon became the heart of Silencia, their love inspiring generations to come. On a quiet evening, as the sun set over the hills, they sat together on the porch of their cottage, watching the world fade into twilight. Marlon took Erika's hand, the same hand he had held through every battle and every triumph. "We made it," he said softly. Erika smiled, her eyes filled with love. "And we always will." As the stars emerged, they sat in peaceful silence, content in the knowledge that their love was not just a chapter in their lives, but the story of their eternity. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed the story. Please don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe for delightful stories.